probably heard of Scientology.
Why is it a religion? What's it clear? What's it mean?
Well, whatever you have heard, if you haven't heard it from us, I can assure you, we are not what you expect.
Now that's very interesting, David. We'll get back to that. So this guy's name is David Miscavige, and he is an American Scientologist who has served as a leader of the Church of Scientology since the death of its original founder, L. Ron Hubbard, in 1986. Now he holds the highest title of them all, the chairman of the board of the Religious Technology Center, also called RTC. Now he is responsible for preserving and overseeing the correct use of Dianetics and Scientology teachings. So he should be a pretty nice guy, right? But let's look at this one. Scientology leader David Miscavige physically attacked staff? Oh, that's not the David I know. Oh, let's read this. Defectors from the controversial organization who smoked to the St. Peterson Times told the paper that David Miscavige was constantly denigrating and beating people. It's very interesting, David. Why don't we look at this one? Ex-Scientologist Marty Rathbun says he was pressured to beat people by church leader David Miscavige. Oh, there comes David Miscavige again. Why don't we hear what Marty Rathbun has to say?
Regularly, David Miscavige would, in the middle of a conference, in a conference room full of people at the int base, physically assault and punch, slap open-handed, grab by the neck, throw to the floor, a number of international executives. Mark Yeager, in the 2000s, I probably saw him get beat up pretty severely half a dozen to a dozen times. Ray Midoff, he would regularly hit this guy open-handed upside the head real hard and jar him. Mike Rinder probably got it worse than anybody else. I saw him get beat up at least a dozen times just in those last 4 years or so that I was in. And some of them were pretty gruesome.
Very interesting, David. You know what? When you said that
We are not what you expect.
I think you're right, because I didn't really expect that Shelly Miscavige was missing since 2007 until I read this page. It's very cool. Do you remember Leah Remini, one of your former Scientologists? Yeah, she kind of filed a missing person report in Los Angeles a few years ago in 2013. And she's really concerned about Shelly Miscavige's disappearance. Now, I want to know, David, where is Shelly Miscavige? Now, that's the biggest question. And what about attack on attacker? Why don't you tell us more about that? The fact that if you see someone who is spotting us, you have to investigate on them and start feeding lurid blood sex crime actual evidence on the attackers to the press. It's very interesting. Very, very cool. What about R245? I know you know this one, David. This one is by your favorite person, L. Ron Hubbard. Now, he describes as an enormously effective process for exteriorization, but its use is frowned upon by this society at this time. So L. Ron Hubbard says that this can be used in the future. Now, you guys might be wondering what R245 is. It literally means a process by which exteriorization could be produced by shooting a person in the head with a .45 revolver. It's very cool. It's very cool. Yeah, why don't you tell me about that, David? You know what? Let's just end out this video with a little short South Park clip, because we just all love South Park, and they just love dissing on Scientology.
Usually to hear the secret doctrine, you have to be in the church for several years, Stan. Are you ready to hear the truth?
I guess.
You see, Stan, there is a reason for people feeling sad and depressed. An alien reason. It all began 75 million years ago. Back then, there was a galactic federation of planets, which was ruled over by the evil Lord Xenu.
Wait, one more video. This is your best friend Tom Cruise praising Scientology on public television that you try to remove, okay? Let's watch this.
I think it's a privilege to call yourself a Scientologist, and it's something that you have to earn. And because a Scientologist does, he or she has the ability to create new and better realities and improve conditions. Being a Scientologist, you look at someone and you know absolutely that you can help them. So for me, it really is KSW, and it's just like, it's something that I don't mince words with that, you know, with anything that LRH does, but that policy to me has really gone, boy. There's a time I went through and I said, you know what? When I read it, I just went, this is it.